What's poppin', everybody? Let's get into the recap real quick. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of going 2-1, and the one loss was the lock of the day. Indeed, the lock of the day yesterday was our only loss. Jose Berrios ended up having a super long second and third inning. Between the second and third inning, he went over by about 10 pitches. And between that second and third inning, he probably threw an extra 5 each to equal that 10, or else he would have been right on the nail. But so he ended up going over for us. Bummer there for Jose Berrios because Wander Franco ended up only getting on base once yesterday. So he went under, and Joey Votto was really loving that line too. He didn't get any fantasy points yesterday. He threw up a big old goose egg, so that played fair for us really well yesterday. Just a super bummer there with Jose. I knew as soon as he had about 40 pitches by about the third inning, and I was like, yeah, it's over, bro. He threw way too many pitches in those first couple of innings for him to go under on that one, but ended up going 2-1, so not a bad day. We're doing better with this MLB thing. Even in yesterday, I learned a lot yesterday. Every single day, I'm going to continue to learn. So today I've got 3 plays that I'm absolutely loving, so let's get into it. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my TAKEMYSHOT code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $20 free just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. All right, baby, coming in hot with today's lock of the day, and I'm not screwing it up today. This lock of the day is absolute money, baby. Give me Victor Robles under 0.5 hits. I'm loving this line, ladies and gentlemen. He has only gone over this line once in 10 games. He has only had 1 hit in 10 games, this guy has. Victor, there's a reason for that a little bit. Victor does not bat that much. I don't know if he's injured right now. I don't know if he's coming off injury. He's only averaging in his last 10 games 1.5 chances at bat. So he's only averaging about 2 bats a game, if you round it up here. So he's not even getting very many chances to bat. So that's probably a big factor in why he's not getting that many hits. And a big factor probably why he only has 1 hit in 10 games. Yesterday, when they played each other yesterday, he only had 1 at bat yesterday too. Yesterday was a little bit of a higher scoring game. It was a 6-3 game between 2 mediocre teams. But today there is no favorite. Both these two teams are at minus odds today, so it should be a close game again between these two teams. Well, I guess I don't know if you count 6-3 as a close game, but it shouldn't be too crazy of a game between these two teams. And Victor, like I said, only went to bat yesterday once. I'm just loving this line, absolutely loving it. He's not going to get a hit today. Hasn't in his last 10 games. He's not going to today. So give me Victor Robles under 0.5 hits. Next up, give me Tanner Barnhart here under 0.5 hits. Loving under on the hits today a little bit here. I'm finding a little bit of a trend with these hitters sometimes. In his last 10 games, he has only managed 3 hits himself. So he is also a guy that's not really been able to get on base too well recently. And he hasn't hit in 4 straight. He hasn't had a hit in 4 straight games. I'm loving this line a lot. Between these two teams yesterday, it was a 3-1 score. Low scoring game between these two teams. Low scoring game means there's not a lot of hits happening, which means obviously there's a lot less pitches being thrown as well. But there's not as many hits happening. So Tucker wasn't able to get a hit yesterday. Has a hit in 4 straight, showing a lot of consistency that he might get one here and there. Might eventually get one. But he hasn't hit one in quite a while, so we're going to continue to go with this under. Give me Tucker Barnhart under 0.5 hits today. And our lone over the day today is going to be coming from the latest game of the night. Give me the Rockies and the Diamondbacks game. Give me Charlie Blackmon over. I said over, finally. Over 1.5 bases. Charlie at home equals money cash. He has gotten on base at least once, 10 out of the last 10 home games for Charlie Blackmon. And has gotten over 1.5 bases 7 out of 10 games. Yesterday, he did hit a homer versus the Diamondbacks. Here's the thing that I'm really loving about Justin Blackmon. Alone from the fact that he's 10 for 10, at least getting on base at Coors Field. Obviously, another thing I've learned over the course of the last couple of weeks here, Coors Field and home runs, and obviously it's just like football. You can kick longer field goals at Mile High Stadium because of the higher elevation, the balls fly further. So a lot more people get on bases, a lot higher scoring games in these Rockies games is a big reason why he's 10 for 10 at home. Did hit a homer yesterday versus the Diamondbacks. The thing that I'm loving the most, even more than him at least getting on base every single game, every single one of the last 10 home games for him, he's at bat. He averages a little over 4.0 at bats a game. So he's literally getting to bat 4 times a game. So obviously, if he's batting so much each game, he's probably got a pretty high chance of at least getting on at least one of those 2 times, or at least 2 of those 4 times, or at least one of those 4 times. So I'm really liking Charlie Blackmon a lot today. Absolute money at Coors Field. Today they are at Coors Field again. Did have a homer yesterday, so that gave him 4 bases. So give me Charlie Blackmon today over 1.5 bases. Let's get it. All right, baby. So let's lock in our perfect 3 slip. Today's lock of the day is Victor Robles under 0.5 hits. Give me Tucker Barnhart under 0.5 hits, and give me Charlie Blackmon over 1.5 bases for our perfect 3 slip for today. All right, boys. That's gonna wrap up today's video. I'm really loving today's plays today. I learned a lot. Yes, even again, every single day I'm going to continue to learn things. Every single day, learn. Yesterday I learned a lot. Today I'm going to go away from pitchers a little bit today. I even from the beginning, I've always said I don't really love pitchers because they can be really, they can have a super long inning and they can have a super short inning. They can maybe not play as many innings as they normally do, or sometimes they go a little bit over. I don't love betting on pitchers a whole lot because a little bit inconsistency sometimes. But these hits, the numbers show on these hits that they are definitely consistent, as well as obviously Charlie Blackmon at Coors Field is automatic money. So I'm really loving these 3 plays a lot today. I'm really loving them a lot. I'm going to probably put a little bit of extra cash on these today, both individually and as a parlay, because I'm just loving these 3 plays today, which you guys should do as well. I'm really feeling confident about these 3. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys for the support. Yesterday I had a little bit of a question yesterday. I messed up a little bit yesterday because I confused hits and bases yesterday. Yesterday with Wander, I said he hadn't hit 9 out of 10 games or something like that. I mixed up his hits with his bases. Obviously, if he hits a double and his line's at 1.5 bases, that's 2 bases. I messed that up a little bit yesterday. But thanks to someone in the comment section. They helped me out with that yesterday. So now I've got that all straightened out, and I won't mess that up next time. So with that being said, guys, let's cash this thing tonight. I got a good feeling about this sweep, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.